The Blue Water Partnership helps organizations improve performance. This is an introduction to coaching questions. The purpose of your coaching is to help the other person develop. Your most valuable tool for doing this is asking questions. To succeed, you must achieve two things: help the other person increase awareness of the chosen subject and help them take responsibility for their development. Awareness means knowledge through greater alertness in observing or understanding through our five senses. Our normal awareness levels are low. They have to be, or we wouldn't cope with the amount of information we receive every second through our eyes, ears, touch, and senses of smell and taste. Compare the quality of your awareness when I tell you that the flowers are red, and when I ask you, what do the flowers look like? The first image comes easily, but may be less detailed. The second you must construct perhaps through observation. You raise awareness by asking questions that make the other person think in more detail about the subject. This is the opposite of show and tell. So, to succeed, you must achieve two things: help the other person increase awareness of the chosen subject and help them take responsibility for their development. That is responsibility for thoughts, actions, and their own development. When the other person does accept this responsibility, their commitment rises, and so does your performance. Telling someone to be responsible doesn't help them feel responsible. That only comes with a choice. Let's think about the types of questions you can use. Understand the difference between open and closed questions. Open questions require a thoughtful answer and begin with who, what, where, and when type words. They cannot reasonably be answered with a yes or no. When would you use these? Closed questions are the opposite, inviting a yes or no. You would use these when seeking a commitment. Will you do that now? Can I have that? So the right kind of questions to make the other person think more about something and raise their awareness are open questions, beginning with what, who, when, and where. Take care to avoid a question that implies criticism and causes a defensive response. This means be careful with why and how. This doesn't mean you can't use why and how. Just be careful not to use them in a way that makes the other person feel criticized. Here are some examples of good open-ended questions. How can that be improved? If you did know, what would be the answer? What is the hardest part of this task for you? If someone said that to you, how would you feel? What were the reasons that this happened, instead of why? What would happen if we did it that way? How would it fail? How could we avoid that? When asking questions, make the other person feel confident to give answers. Listen carefully. Encourage with your words and body language. Summarize to show you are listening and deal tactfully with answers you feel are unhelpful. Don't use leading questions, where you supply the answer you are looking for, multiple questions, where you roll several questions into one, and long-winded questions that leave the other person bored, confused, or both. You can speak with your Blue Water coach about any of the ideas that have been presented here. Good luck with your development. The Blue Water Partnership helps organizations improve performance.